There we go. Hopefully this sounds okay. I've got my OBS on that screen so I can see myself at least. I wonder if I'm too big. Hopefully not. I haven't recorded. I haven't recorded anything in forever and actually like uploaded it publicly. So I thought, hey, it's probably about time I uploaded something and talked, I guess. I mean, it's not like anyone watches these anyway, but for myself, I suppose. I'm gonna play Black Ops 2, Plutonium, Origins, so I can kind of shut my brain off for the most part, but also just still talk. I've got Nier Automata music in the back. Turn it down slightly for me. Yeah, I guess I just kind of wanted to talk about. I say talk. It's gonna end up like a lot of complaining. I feel like probably, but okay, that looks fine. That looks good on that end too. Cool. I had to go through a lot of settings to make it look like decent. So I'm glad that it looks okay. Finally. But no, I kind of want to talk about school and stuff like that, and it'll probably end up a lot of complaining, and you know that's fine because that's how it is. But starting off, I kind of wanted to talk about gaming, because you know, I love gaming. Gaming is what I do, for fun. You know, it takes a lot of my time up. Is what's a good song? A lot of my time is spent gaming, and I've come to notice that even though a lot of my time is gaming, is it raining? I don't spend a lot of time playing new games or playing games with people because I feel like, oh, it's snowing now. I feel like most new games are kind of just okay, or they're solo games. Like if it's a game meant to be played with multiple people, it's just kind of mid, and I'm not buying it full price, so I have to wait until it goes on sale. And oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Hold on, focus a little bit. Also, my hands are so cold I can barely click. Because they blast the AC in our rooms, which is really fun. Love that. But no, I feel like gaming is in a weird state right now, where it's like most of the people that are gaming right now are either playing solo games and they're having, you know, a decent bit of fun, or they're playing games that they used to play a lot that they really enjoyed. Oh, I should have gone out while it was snowing. They're playing games that they used to enjoy a lot, and they kind of just haven't let them go. Which is what I'm doing right now, actually. I'm playing Black Ops 2, a game that I hold very close to me and I've never let go because it's a game I enjoy a lot. But when gaming has become just like, I'm playing this old game because no new games have come out that have sparked my interest recently, which is what I feel like a lot of my friends that I do play games with occasionally, or I talk with them when they're playing games, we talk about is like, we get to a point where it's like, I'm playing this game not because I want to play this game, but because there's no other game out right now that is fun enough for me to sink my time into, or is rewarding enough for me to sink my time into. So I'm going back to an old game to play that instead. And obviously, nothing wrong with playing old games. You know, I feel like older games, honestly, are better in most cases. But I feel therein lies a problem of why are old games so much better than what we're getting now? New games, it feels like. And is that end of round? No, it's not. I feel like older games are just better. And obviously, wow, such a brave take, you know. But like, really, I feel like in general, I get more enjoyment out of playing older games because newer games are just not. They're not designed the same. They're not meant to be played the same way. They're trying to be something else, which is fine, obviously. But I feel like most people that are playing games right now don't enjoy the new direction that gaming is going. And the people that do enjoy the way that gaming is currently going are people that really like, you know, the way it is going. But I feel like it's, I guess that's not the best way to say that, but I feel like those people are in the minority. Because I hear nothing but complaints from people constantly about the state of gaming, and then there's those couple people that are like, oh, I love the games that are coming out right now, and it's like, you are 1 in like 25. So, I don't know. I didn't grab the shield part. Oops. I feel like we're in a very divided state right now with gaming, where it's like, you have people that are really enjoying the stuff that's coming out, and they're playing solo games, which solo games are generally the way to go, because they're usually just better, which it shouldn't be that way. It should be pretty equal quality both ways, I think. I feel like you should be able to enjoy a game with friends, and then also go in and have a game that you enjoy playing solo. But I feel like it's either one or the other right now. It's either, oh, I have this one game that I'm playing solo, and I'm really enjoying it, or oh, I have this game that I play with my friends, and I'm really enjoying it, or usually not enjoying it, but you play it because you're playing it with your friends, which is like, you know, my friends get on constantly and they play League together, and they don't enjoy League. They constantly complain about it, which, you know, is part of gaming. You complain about the game you love, usually. But, like, it is not, like, I complain about this game because I love it. It's like, I actually despise playing this game, but there's nothing else to play right now, so I'll play that. Which is just, it's so backwards, I feel like, where it's like, why are we playing games if we're not really enjoying it? Oh, there's no other games to play, I guess I'll just continue to play the game because everyone has it. I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now, and it kind of sucks. Because, you know, I really enjoy gaming, but I've reached a point where it's like, I'm not even having fun a lot of the time playing new games, so I go back to old games, but you can only play an old game so much, you know. I miss that. I've been playing I've been playing Black Ops 2 since it came out, and what, like, oh, this is gonna make me sound really stupid because I can never remember dates, but like, didn't this game come out in like 2012, 2013? Like, this game is not new anymore. This game is several generations behind. It's not even, there have been 3 Black Ops games. Black Ops 3, 4, and Black Ops Cold War since Black Ops 2. So, why do I find myself coming back to this game, you know? Well, because A, it's nice and simple. I don't really feel like playing Black Ops 3 right now, because, I don't know, I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 3, to be honest. I don't want to play Black Ops 4 and record, because it'll absolutely tank my PC, probably. Because whenever I'm playing Black Ops 4, my PC starts cranking, and I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to handle recording and playing Black Ops 4 at the same time. And then Cold War on PC is poorly optimized, and also it's just kind of a grind fest compared to other zombies, and it doesn't feel as fun most of the time. Which is one of my complaints about current gaming, is like, it feels like you're very much incentivized to constantly play and grind, and like, that's not fun unless you're in the mood for it. Which I'm only very specifically ever in the mood for, like, grinding a game like crazy. It depends on the game, obviously, but like, the core feature of the game shouldn't be, oh yeah, you know, if you want to have fun on this, you're gonna have to grind like a lot. Like, I don't think that's healthy for the players or their community or the game community in general, for to have people just constantly like grind playing your game. Like, obviously, you make a game, you're gonna want people to play it, but to an unhealthy extent, I don't think that's fair for you to expect that of your players. And maybe they don't expect it of their players. It's like, you know, I make a piece and then you play it as much as you want, but like, a game where you need to grind to get everything you want intrinsically incentivizes grinding. So like, what are you gonna do when you want to get everything that you want for that game? You're gonna grind. So that's just how I see it. Wow, that looks really nice, actually. But I don't know. I feel like every couple of years we complain about a gaming drought, and then one game comes out and we're like, oh my god, we're saved. and then like 5 months later we're talking about the gaming drought again, and like it's a gaming cycle, it just happens. But like I feel like we've been in a gaming drought for a while now, and like even games I used to look forward to, like Call of Duty, I've not bought like the past 3 CODs because it's drivel. It's frankly it's disgusting. Um, the products that they're giving out now are not to the quality of what I would expect from the company. Oh, I'm broke. Wow, I'm surprised I lived that. Get out of the way. I really thought I had more money. Sheesh. Could have died there. COD. Yeah, the games that are coming out are just not to my liking. Like, I play COD for zombies most of the time, and like multiplayer sometimes. And you know, I'll enjoy a campaign. Like I played Cold War's campaign, and it was fine. I know some people really liked it. I just thought it was okay. I was like, okay, whatever. But like, I didn't buy Vanguard because I knew it was gonna be rushed slop, and everyone complained about it. And maybe it was good, but I've heard nothing but negative. And maybe I shouldn't be listening to the community, and I should form my own opinions. But like, it was a rush job, and I'm not gonna spend my money on it. And the fact that whenever there's a sale on Activision or on Blizzard, whatever, that game is like 30 to 40% off, like a majority of the time, that should tell you something. You know, why would they be trying to give it to you for a discount if it was a good product? Because you know, it's only like a year out of season, and they hardly ever. They've been doing this more, which I appreciate a lot. They've been putting their games on sale more often, but not the you know, DLC, which is a whole other topic. But I don't know, it just feels kind of slimy, and I haven't been enjoying the style of the new games, so I just haven't been buying them. And that, I mean, COD is my childhood. Like, it hurts to not, you know, want to support that this company anymore, or not this company, but like not support these devs, which I mean most of them probably aren't there anymore, because they're being rushed and put in, you know, shitty situations. But I don't know, it's different now, and obviously sometimes change is fine, but I feel like this has been a change for the worse. It's just, you know, gaming's not what I got into it for anymore. I guess I try to go back and play those old games sometimes, and like even now I find myself like struggling to want to play them because I'm just like, why play it? You know, I used to enjoy this so much, but like, what's the point anymore? So that's enough game talk. Let's see, how long was that? I've been talking for 13 minutes, almost 14. Sheesh. We'll see how much of this I actually cut out if I bother to edit this. This might just be like unedited footage. I might just screw it, just full send it. But I kind of want to talk about college now, because you know, hey, it's my second year in college. It's my sophomore year. It has been one of the worst semesters. Wow, that's so nice. Hold on. Yeah. It has been in one of the worst semesters of schooling I've ever had. And it's getting better now. Which, I mean, I'll get to why it was so bad in the first place and why it's getting better now. But, like, legitimately, one of the worst semesters academically, emotionally, I've ever had. Which is, it's a wreck. For context, I mean, I don't assume anyone watching these videos would not know if they actually know me, but if some random person happens to watch this, like from back home, and they're like, oh, I wonder what Darius is doing. I'm a computer science major, and I have a concentration in game design, which isn't all that important. That's whatever. The real focus is, hey, I'm computer science. And in the first semester, or even before the first semester, when I was taking, when I was applying for the school, I had to take a math test, like a math placement test. That's nothing That's nothing crazy. That's fairly normal. But I first try failed it because I'm just not good at math, quite frankly. Like I understand math just fine, but I'm not good at testing for math, and I've always known this. So like I just know that that's a weakness that I have, and I try my best. But I failed it, and I took it again after I think you had to study for like 40 hours. And I got placed very high in the algebra category. Like, hey, you're gonna take algebra, and like I remember algebra. Like I'm not stupid, but like it's always like, hey, here's this thing that you haven't seen in like 4 years, and it's like, here you go. So I just didn't do as good as I would want on that in the computer science major here, and probably at most places. You're expected to start with calc, and I didn't. So obviously that sets me back immediately with my major, starting back 2 math classes. So I had to take algebra, and I had to take pre-calc again, which both of those things I remembered just fine, and I breezed through algebra and I breezed through pre-calc. Wow, big surprise, you know, I remembered my math when I wasn't just randomly thrown questions to answer. Wow, big shocker. Ooh, the Panzer's here. Look at him. Oh, my light went off. Hopefully, yeah, you can still see me fine. It's just I'm not backlit. But yeah, that kind of like automatically set me back in my major, and I've been trying to catch up since. And obviously, I'm still taking computer science classes, but like math is a very important part of the major, unfortunately. So I love my major. Let me rephrase that. I love the material taught in my major for computer science. I don't like what comes along with it. I don't like all the math that we have to do because I don't want to be a computer engineer so much. So it's like, well, what I had to learn all this math for. I mean, obviously math is important to know, but like, also I've gotten by just fine not knowing a ton of math so far in all my classes. Like it has not been the focal point at all. Surely you need to know some stuff, but like I've been completely fine. So get to this semester, and I'm taking calculus and discrete mathematics. And discrete mathematics, I'm in, is completely fine. Like the material is not hard to understand, in my opinion. I think it's fine. I think the tests kind of suck, which, I mean, considering I'm not a good test taker, is like, oh wow, big surprise. But I don't like the materials for the tests and the quizzes and stuff. I think it's inadequate and doesn't really focus on the real material, but that's besides the point. I'm doing okay in that class. It's literally just test dragging down my grade because we don't have any we don't have any grades other than test, which is unfortunate, but I'm dealing with it. But we have, other than like what I was saying, other than discrete mathematics, I have calc, I have my coding class, CS 140. I have a game design class, which is board game design, not video games. Yeah, and I have a philosophy class, which don't question it. But my calc class has been the worst class I've ever had the unfortunate circumstances of taking, frankly. The material, I mean, yes, it's like, it's hard. The material is hard. I don't struggle a whole ton with the material, like doing examples, doing problems, stuff like that. Wow, why did that die? My teacher was pretty bad, which I guess for calc isn't a surprise for most people. But for me, it was a very big shock coming from classes where I've never failed a math test, really. I've never gotten like a D or an F on an assignment, really, because I'm a good student, you know. And my first quiz in there was, I failed it. I got a 25%, which I was like, okay, I just need to do more. I just need to study more. I wasn't prepared enough. You know, I studied for it, obviously, but I was like, okay, I just need to do more studying. It'll be fine. You know, I just wasn't well prepared enough. I go into the next exam, and after studying, and I started going to tutoring, once again failed it. So I was like, okay, I'm still doing something wrong, and I'm not sure what it is. Let me go talk with my professor. And I talked with him, and he's like, you're good. You know, you came early. You realized there was a problem. You came to fix it. It's like, thank you. You know, I've never had an experience like this, and I appreciate you being just like, you know, it's good on you for taking the initiative. And I continued, you know, trying my best to make that class work. You know, it's just what it is. I devoted a lot of time to that class every day. For, you know, I had the class Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is so odd to me, but that's just how it was. I'm not gonna get to that in time. You know, I devoted a lot of time to that class, and I worked really hard for it, just to see middling results, and it was tough, you know, seeing all my hard work result in a D, an F, and I thought it was me, but then I realized that most of the class, even the kids that are really good at math, you know, aren't doing too hot, and, you know, I was like, okay, so if it's not me, and it's not them, then it's my professor. He's the problem. And, you know, everyone, obviously students are going to complain when they're not doing well, but like, they're genuine complaints. They're not like, you know, oh, he's just you know, he's the worst. They're genuine complaints coming from the students about how he's not adequately teaching the material, and that he's not teaching the material, and then he just throws assignments at you. And I was like, okay, so it's not just me. Everyone feels this, you know. I'm not the only one like with this problem. And it sucked because like he's obviously a good guy, and like he loves math, and he cares about like teaching the material. He loves the material, but he's not a good teacher. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt for quite a while, probably longer than I honestly should have. But like, I kept trying. I kept just being like, you know, he's a good guy. He's just not the best at teaching the material. You know, his tests suck. But like, that's just math for you, and I'm not good at math tests, so it's fine. And I just kind of kept pushing it off, and just I put my head down and I kept trying, because that's what you do. You know, you stick your head down and you try your best. And I did that for half a semester. You know, I did that for the full first part of the semester. And then I got to midterms, and I took my, oh, I don't have a shield, that's why I'm getting hit so much. I'll die here. Midway through the semester, we take our midterm, and I get a, hey, my light came back on. I got a 44 on my midterm. And I had also gotten a 44 on, oh, I just die. Wow, that's really lucky. I got a 44 on our first exam too. So I get to talk with my advisor, and I have a D in the class. And obviously you need a C for the class to, you know, be of any, for it to matter really. Like for it to come and count for your next like math thing, you need to have at least a C to pass the class. And I was like, here's the thing. I'm miserable, frankly. Like I said, it was emotionally the worst semester I've had ever. Like, it was just not good for me. I haven't been emotionally like this since COVID. Being stuck in my room every day, staring at a wall, doing homework, you know, sticking my head down and just doing work. I haven't been this bad emotionally since COVID. So I'm talking with my parents, and they're like, you should just drop the class. You know, you've tried your best, and I don't want to drop the class because I know that I can do this work. It's not me not understanding the material. It's just my professor. But it just got to a point where it was like, okay, I can't do it anymore. Like, it's affecting me. It's affecting my relationship because it's affecting me. And it just all around wasn't a good thing. So I was finally just like, you know, okay, I'll drop it. I talked with my advisor, got it dropped, and it's been such a weight off my shoulders to be like not in that class. Like there were days where I just would wake up and not want to get out of bed because I knew that I had to go to that class at 9 a.m. To start my day. Granted, starting my day, you know, my schedule is 9 a.m. go to calc, 10 a.m. go to philosophy, 11 go to discrete mathematics, get a small break, and then go to game design for like 2 hours. And I end my day Monday, Wednesday, Friday basically at 3 school wise, and then I go do homework until 6. Like it was a lot for me. You know, I would like to work during my school year, but I have so much work generally that I can't even do that, and it makes me feel like a burden sometimes to my parents. But I can't, like, I can't work. I don't have the time. Oh, Darius, you're playing video games. If you can play video games, you have time. But like this is my unwinding time. Like this is the time for me, even if I'm recording a video. Well, I guess it is for me too. But no, it was a lot, and finally I was like, you know, I don't want to, because I know I can do it, but I dropped the class, and emotionally speaking, this is the best I've been in a while. Like it's still not perfect. Like school is still hard, mind you, but it's hard for the right reasons now, kind of. Like it's no longer like I feel like this is an insurmountable goal, and I'm constantly pushing and getting nothing in return. Like now it's like, okay, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. No, I die. But no, I dropped it, and I'm doing better now, for the most part, and you know, I feel like I'm able to get back at things that I've been neglecting that I enjoyed doing for so long because I had to put so much time into calc. You know, I'm reading more. I'm still trying to consistently go to the gym. You know, I try to go 3 times a week. I've been going more like 2 times a week, but like that's whatever. Like I'm going to the gym and I'm taking care of myself more as much as I can while still doing the work for my other classes. And you know, it feels good now that I'm in this spot where it's like I have had this weight lifted off of me, and even if I'm gonna have to take calc eventually over the summer, it feels nice not having, or knowing that I won't have the same professor, and that I understand the material, and as long as my professor this time is good, then I'll have no problem, really. But like, it was really rough, and I hated seeing what the stress was turning me into, and even though I could see it, I still couldn't stop it. I think that was probably one of the worst things, was seeing what I was turning into, because it reminded me of old me, and I didn't like old me, which is why I tried my best to become a different person. And the stress from calc put me right back into that position where I just turned back into that person that I hated seeing, and it just made me feel so gross. It was really bad. So getting out of that environment was necessary, even if I didn't want to at that time. Now that I'm out of it, it's just like, it's so good. Granted, everything's not still perfect, or everything's not perfect now. Like there's still problems I'm having, both in classes and like just with my school in general. But you know, that class was just such a like down. It was such an inhibitor of my own happiness that it was just like not worth it in the end. And it hurts to drop that and to waste the money and waste my time, but like it's for me to drop that. I mean, now I can talk about like I can talk about more problems. I kind of hate being such a Debbie Downer, but like, to be honest, it seems like most of the time there are more negatives than positives, unfortunately. which again is why you have to appreciate the positives in life. But everyone knows it can be really hard to appreciate the positives when there's so many negatives drawing you down. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've got the worst like situation ever. Like there are people in much worse situations than myself, and ultimately my situation is not that bad in the grand scheme of things. But it is my situation, so obviously it's important to me and it affects me, and it's, you know, it's hard for me. Obviously, somebody else is in a worse situation somewhere, but I'm not that person. I'm me. So, you know, it's my situation, and it's the biggest thing affecting, well, not biggest thing, it's one of the things affecting me, so I'm gonna talk about it. I probably shouldn't say what school I go to. I mean, just for internet safety reasons. I'm pretty sure I've said it in another video somewhere by accident, or shown it, but like, whoops, won't do it again. But when I was getting ready to go to the school, I thought it was a very nice place, you know. I thought I would be very excited to come here, and I got a great scholarship that I thought was, you know, what better could I do? What better could I get here than here, I should say. So I came, and my first year wasn't the best because I struggled with classes, but you know, it's my first year at college officially. You know, I've done classes, college classes before, but like I've never had like it was my first year at college. And that was just because I was getting used to my computer science classes. I've never done computer science before, and I'm getting into the major. And ultimately, it's fine now. I really enjoy it. I love learning about it. You know, the whole 9 yards. I like it a lot. You know, it was a thing I noticed the first year. Was that the people here are just kind of odd, like socially. If you're not like going to frats and partying and stuff like that, there's not really a whole lot for you to do here, and not a lot of people to meet, I suppose, because people are very like, come here, they keep to themselves a lot. So I've just come to notice, like, I consider myself a pretty sociable person. I don't think that's gonna hit. You know, I may struggle socially sometimes, but like, I like being social, and I try to be social. I did miss. Well, that sucks. Like, I try my best to be social and make friends and go to events, and that's become hard, obviously, with the amount of work that I have generally to go to events. When there actually are events on campus, that's a whole nother thing. It feels like a lot of the time, there aren't very many good events on campus. It's a lot of parties, but you gotta pay to get into the parties because I'm a dude, and I'm not a frat, or I'm not a girl, which is what the frats want. So I have to pay to get in, which automatically I don't have a job, so I'm paying for things. Oh wow, not exactly what I want to be doing. But even regardless of that, even if I wasn't, even if I didn't have to pay to get in, like, my idea of a good time is not, let me go drink and, you know, party like that. Like, I'm very much more like, let's get some friends together and go play some games together, or, you know, go explore something, then let's go party and drink. Nothing against drinking, obviously. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. That's up to you. I just don't really have the desire to. So it's like, why would I want to go be around a bunch of drunk people at a frat when I'm not drunk? You know, being around drunk people when you're not drunk is not fun. So why would I purposely subject myself to that? I'm not. That's the answer. So, but ultimately, you know, that was fine the first year. Like, I had some guys in my dorm that I really enjoyed, and we'd hang out and we'd talk, and, you know, it was okay. After my first roommate left, I got a different roommate, who I really like. Um, for the most part, you know, I like him. He's a cool guy. We had some kinks to wrinkle out at the beginning, but by the end of the year, we were chilling. But for the second semester, or for the not second semester, for my second year, he tells me, you know, I'm not gonna be back this first semester, which turned into I'm not gonna be back this year. So he's not here. So I don't have a roommate. And it's like, oh, well, just don't, you know, just get another roommate, dummy. Like, just get another roommate. But like my first roommate situation from first year was so bad. Like my roommate was just not a good roommate, and I kind of don't want to put myself up to a random chance again like that. So I was like, oh, I'll just get, I'll just meet some people, and then when I find someone that's cool, I'll ask them to be my roommate if they don't like their roommate. I talked about that with one of my guys who I'm friends with. He was like, you know, if I don't like this guy, I'll move in with you. And that never ended up happening, I think, because he actually enjoys his roommate. But that leaves me, you know, alone in my dorm, no one in here with me. So, you know, it's nice having your own space, obviously. But when you want someone to be there with you, or to have someone to do stuff with, and then you always have to go outside of, you know, hey, roommate, do you want to go do this with me? And you have to go over to your friend that may or may not already be busy with stuff. You know, my other friend, who I generally hang out with, was also in Calc, is also in Calc. He's in Calc. He couldn't drop it. You know, I dropped it and got out of there. Like, he's now, you know, he's chained down with the same work that I was chained down with. So, like, if I want to go do something, I'm like, hey, you want to go do this? And he's like, I'm sorry, man, I'm busy with Calc. Hey, what about your other friends? I don't have too many of them. You know, most of the guys from last year don't go out of their way to talk with me, and you know, I'll try to like bring some conversation up here and there, but I don't know, just nothing there. Oh, I have the jug perma perk. That's cool. Because normally you can't take 2 hits like that. Normally that would kill you. I didn't realize I had the perma perk. But you know, I've got like 2, maybe 3 guys, and generally only one of those guys is gonna be able to go and do stuff. So I end up calling on him a lot. But when he's not able to, what I go do, I do stuff on my own, or I don't go and do stuff. I don't know. Campus is very like, it seemed really open and inviting when I first came for my orientation, and then when I was actually here, I was like, okay, it's a little less warming and inviting than I thought it was, but it's fine. I didn't complain about it. Like, it was like whatever. But like then I went to my girlfriend's campus, and I was there for a little bit, and I just realized that the vibe was completely different, and the vibe was so much better. And it made me desire that because the people were so open and friendly, and it's like that's what I've been missing. I've been missing. Turn back on. I've been missing that openness and that friendliness. You know, when you're walking around somewhere, like, you know, I don't have to keep your eyes down and like just keep walking. Everyone's got their AirPods in. It's like, you know, I want to say hi to people. I want to talk. You know, but it's not like that here. And even in classes, like most people don't talk in class before class unless they know a person. But like, I don't know anyone, so no one talks to me. I wanted to be like, oh wow, look, so sad, but like, I don't know, just I've been very lonely. Only a couple people to keep me company throughout the semester, and not having roommates made that worse. And obviously, I could fix that by just being like, hey, go to housing or whatever, be like, hey, I want a roommate. But also having that freedom to like not have a roommate is also kind of nice, to be honest. It's like a double-edged sword. Like not having a roommate, I've got all the space to myself. I can do what I want. I can record videos like this. I can have my girlfriend stay over. Like it's nice. But also, 9 times out of 10, I'm alone. So that's. Oh, I forgot to lock the box. Whatever. Stuff I didn't think would be a problem ends up being a problem. Kind of. It's like I kind of just got to deal with it or come to a solution. So, because I don't like the environment on campus, I thought about making a club to make campus more lively or make people more, you know, open, you know, to make a club that's, I mean, basically make a club where I could meet people and have other people, like, have a space to meet other people, so that I could fill the hole in campus that I found to be a problem. I'm saying a lot. That's gonna piss me off later. I'm looking back through this. Did he lock himself in a cage? I hate you. I hope you burn. I did it again. I had to do like training to make a club, and then I had to actually make sure that people are interested in that club, because if I have a club and no one to come to it, it's kind of sad. It's kind of depressing. So that's just time that I need to sync aside from all my work to do training and make sure that it's, you know, something that people actually want. And it's just, I don't know, a lot of stuff on my mind, I suppose. A lot of stuff that I've been brewing over for a long time and never really given voice to, other than to like a couple specific people. And I was finally just like, let me just record something for me to put out, and, you know, somebody watches it, somebody doesn't watch it, who cares, you know, it's for me in the end. It's kind of the way it should be, I think. You know, this is a space for me to express my thoughts and my feelings on, I mean, a multitude of things. You know, this is my platform. That sounds really cringe. But, I mean, no one else comes on here other than me and, you know, my girlfriend. Actually, no, she doesn't come on here. I came on hers. Her YouTube channel. Get out of the way. So, I said again. Transition word, I need a different one. I'm gonna stop talking. That's, I mean, basically like that's my life update. At this point, that's how my life has been since coming to college, second year, and, you know, it's not sunshine and rainbows, but it's been my experience, and I'm trying to make it better through whatever means I can, and I'll keep trying until I can't anymore, I suppose. You know, that's all you can do. Is all you can do is try. So, if anyone actually ends up watching this, thank you for listening to me ramble. I don't see any reason for you to watch this unless you're associated with me in some way, shape, or form. But considering how long this video is, I really thank you for bothering to watch this. If you've made it this far, or even if you just skimmed through, to be honest, I appreciate even that. Just listening to, you know, a topic or two. Because it was definitely a lot. So, for last. It's been really nice playing this again. Like, it's very nice and casual. Like, I've turned my brain off. I don't really care about the gameplay at this point. Like, I'm not playing optimally or anything like that. I'm just playing, which is such a nice feeling considering how optimized most things are when you're playing zombies, when you're actually using your brain. So, kind of nice just turning my brain off and playing the game like it was intended back when it came out. So, I'll call it quits there. I thank you for watching. If you made it to this point, you probably haven't, but if you have, you know, thank you so much for, you know, clicking on this and listening. That was really stupid. I'm gonna call it there. So, thank you so much for listening, watching,